All still getting there. I can see 1, 2, the G1 coming around as well. She'll put it down to
Hi everyone, John McLeod from Macbet. Our next edition of Macbet's Miracles and Bad Beats. Pretty wet here, and we've got a bit of rain going, so I don't know whether the Gatton meeting will go ahead tomorrow, but that's our first meeting. We've got another meeting on Wednesday. Kilcoy on Thursday. I'm not so sure what we'll do with that one. We'll do it or not. We'll definitely do Sunshine Coast on Friday night and then into the weekend's meetings. As far as Macbet goes, I have to have a look at what James is, or how we actually went. There's been so many meetings, but I know the audio has been fantastic. We've been going really good with that, especially on Saturday, and we backed it up yesterday with a couple of extra bets during the day. So it was good over the weekend, especially yesterday. Going back to the miracles and bad beats. Now, our first the miracle is going to be Disillusion. Now, as I said on the audio, it was one of the horses that was going to handle the wet and was going to race up on the speed. No speed in the race, and had a little chance. So I threw something on the horse. Was lucky enough to I backed about 3 horses in the race, but not for much money. But it was still, we got away with something. I'll just play this one. The reason why I'm saying this with this horse is that it was the speed of the race was on one of our sectionals was going about -1 fast and then getting home 5.3 fast. Now, we don't agree with that. We had it going a lot slower early and getting home 2.7 fast. Now, I believe we've got it right this time, just because, you know, the first and second horses would run first and second, and I think they've gone slow enough here that they've just sprinted home and they haven't gone fast at all early. Now, Disillusion's in front, Willow Tilto is there. The other horse, what was it called, the favourite? That's the reason why I bet in the race, because I was worried about the favourite getting the 1800 on the wet, Ligulate. So I think I backed the first 2, and I had something on Sir Barnabas back here and sort of just tried to tie up the race. But you can see how Disillusion was going along fairly easily at the front, jog trotting, and then the 2 leaders just tried to sprint on the favourite. And, you know, this time we were right. Ligulate just didn't run out the 1800 on the wet, and the 2 leaders, which had a soft run in front, just kicked away. So I'm sort of thinking it was a bit of a miracle by these 2, just because of the way the race was run, and you know, they'll be a bit more vulnerable next time if there's a bit more speed in the race, and probably a dry track as well. The two bad beats come in. One of them is a race that we bet in, Jade and Tom. Now, we thought Jade and Tom was pretty much a good thing, just because it was going to get the right run up on the speed. But then the concern was, as the day went on, as the fence was no good, and whether he could get out to the right part of the track and not allow the swoopers to really attack the line. Now, in this race, the sectionals they went out about 2.7 fast on one of ours, and we've got it going 2.7 slow, and we've got it going about 1.9 slow. So they're pretty much in a line, and they got home on 7.5 fast, and then we've got it getting home at 4.3 fast. So they've pretty much the breakdown of the race is that they didn't go very fast in front, and they sprinted home. Now, Jade and Tom was in the worst part of the track, and Outback Barbie was in the right part. But I think Outback Barbie is the bad beat, just because of the sectionals and the way that it finished off. You can see Jade and Tom there on the inside, and you've got Outback Barbie back here. You know, Jade and Tom is in an awkward position here. I'm just thankful that he didn't actually, this leader, Stoke, didn't cross Jade and Tom, and then it just would have got beaten. He got up on the inside of him, and he went for home at the right time. Now, this is Outback Barbie pushed out here. I think Jaden Tom probably needed to get out a little bit further than he did on the track. That allowed Outback Barbie to get a bit closer to him at the finish. But the sectionals that they're running, it was just a great run by Outback Barbie. Tacked the line. Jaden Tom's gone good. It's going good, but Outback Barbie flew that day. The only worry with Outback Barbie is she did do this last preparation. First up, she went like a bomb, and then second up, she didn't go so good. So she might be just a real fresh horse, this one. So I'd be looking to, or for her, to not race for another 3 or 4 weeks and freshen her up and bring her back. Maybe just throw a trial into her leading into it, but just as fresh is best with her. The other bad beat comes in race 8, a horse called Zingalong. Now, if you're on this thing, and it was backed. It was 40s into 20s at one stage and back out to 25 to 1, but it's just gone fantastic. I didn't think it was much of a horse, this one. He's been racing at the Provincials on a Saturday and getting away with it, but this is a different caper here, and like they went out 4.3 fast on one of them, and we had it going faster. We had it going about 7 fast, and then they've got home 2.3 and 2.1 on ours, so slow. So the speed of the race was really on, and something had to run on. And Zingalong, we'll just show this. So again, we're looking for a pattern of speed on, not walking, but getting to the line not so good the last little bit. So the back markers are going to be the ones. Now Zingalong's out here in the black and the red cap, pushing forward on a hot speed, and you've got horses like what was the horse we were against? Miami Fleece is up in front, but Zingalong's out here. He's working just as hard as Miami Fleece, if not harder. And they're all saying, "Oh, forgive Miami Fleece." Well, if you forgive Miami Fleece, you've got to say that Zingalong just went like a freak. That's it out here. Admittedly, he comes out to the right part. This part right out here was the gun. We were thinking it was going to be probably where Jaden Tom was and a couple out, but it was probably a little bit further out than that was the best part. But you can see, Zingalong just looked the winner there, and he's just exposed by this speed, and that's why Simply Fly was able to get it down. But it fought strongly into the line and just went like a bomb. The other horse in the race that we were tipping earlier was Kisakano. You can see what happens with it. Scissor Hands or the slot car driver did it again to us. He jumped beautifully, just sitting in behind there, and what he wants to do is just drag. Just grab, we'll grab again, we'll grab again, we'll just grab. Now we're pushed now. So it's just all that stop-start business on a heavy track. He's got to be cracking jokes, but he does it all the time. So you just got to be wary of that. He's on the inside part of the track. In here? We did drop off him in the audio just because of the inside part of the track being the wrong part, and he shortened up into a price that we thought was the wrong. And that part of the track was just a no-go zone. So we dropped off him in the audio and we didn't bet. But he's a forgive run, Kisakano. I'd sort of be happy enough to throw something on him next time, and hopefully they may change jockeys or something like that. But he just doesn't handle types of different paces. When he thinks that the pace is really on, it might not be, and when the pace is on, he might think the other way. Now he's just too stop-start for me. That just drives me balmy. But anyway, that's the bad beats and the miracles. Again, the miracle was Disillusion, just because we didn't think they went that fast, and it was just a sprint home race. And the other two, Zingalong and Outback Barbie, both those horses went well, especially Zingalong. If it can find a wet track over the next couple of weeks, it just goes like a freak in it. It's a bomb. And it's not really like a wet track horse, a wet track type. Big, strong thing, heavy thing. So it's unusual for him to, or for it to go as well as it does on wet tracks. Anyway, that's all from me. We've got all those meetings coming up in the next week, so check out our website, macbet.com.au, and get all the information. And if you get on and do buy a subscription, you get all the audio, which I can say that it is going really good. All right, everyone, cheers.